The convener, Africans Rising Group, Bilal Abdullahi, has called on African leaders to give access to Africans to enable free movement across countries. This was made known during a peaceful protest held in Abuja. Bilal said that strict rules should not be given to people to visit African countries.
Today is a very significant day in the life of every African and the life of every Nigerian and of course in the life of every Africans wherever they are in the world. Today we are joining our counterparts across the African continent to commemorate the African Liberation Day. This is the African Liberation Day is a very significant event because it commemorates the struggle and achievement of all African countries in their quest for independence, unity, and self-determination. The rationale behind a borderless Africa, of course, cannot be overemphasized. We are here to call on all African people, to call on all African leaders to allow Africans to be in consonance with us, to allow all Africans to be able to move freely across the mother continent, which is Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization. We must also put it at the back of our mind that the borders that Africans have today was a bet of the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, where that was where the process of partitioning of Africans for the selfish reasons of the European colonialists. So a borderless Africa will allow free movements of people across the other continent. It will help trade. It will help in trade and commerce. It will help, of course, in an integration of the entire African countries. No African should be treated as a foreigner in any African countries.
However, he disclosed that the African Liberation Day is a day that signifies the struggles and achievements of all African countries in their quest for freedom and unity.
Prior to the partition of Africa at the Berlin Conference of 1984 to 1885, I do not think we have that issue of insurgency and borders attack. But after all of these countries have been divided and some given to other countries, and that is why we are having these issues of banditry, because even as at now that the borders are locked, that there are huge visa restrictions, the question of insecurity has still become a very huge challenge in all of the African countries. And the reason why we have illegal immigrants, the reason why we have the question of illegal immigrants across the African continent is because people are given stringent rules to visit their brothers from other African countries. This should not happen. We are all Africans. We are proud Africans, and we should be able to explore the mother continent. We should be able to move freely, just like we move to states within Abuja. We should be able to move to all countries across Africa. So we are looking about the huge economic importance that is going to have on us, and the question of and the huge impact, of course, business-wise, that is going to have on us, and the huge role of unification that this borderless Africa is going to have on all of us.
Oweya Rachel, GTV Africa.